My advice would be delay, delay, delay. There are absolutely no safeguards on these apps. There's no way to protect your kids online from seeing things that you would be horrified.
Kristin, so nice to speak with you today. As a parent of two boys, I don't think you would have imagined being a national voice in kids' online safety. Tell us a bit about Carson and what happened to your family in 2020.
So Carson was my second son, and he was a bright light. He was funny. He was creative. He liked acting. He liked scary movies and jump scares. And the pandemic happened, and we all were isolating. The schools were closed. It went to online, and he felt lonely. He missed the social connection of school, and so he started reaching out over Snapchat to his high school classmates. We had waited for technology until he had gotten to high school. Had hoped he would stay off apps, but he begged for Snapchat in 10th grade because that was the way all the kids were connecting. And we didn't realize that Snapchat had put anonymous apps on the back end of their product. And so, unbeknownst to us, Carson was receiving hundreds of negative, harassing, sexually explicit, and humiliating messages from his classmates. In the weeks before his suicide. He had talked to us about incidents at school before, but he did not let on that this was happening to him, and he was trying to handle it the best he could. The final search on his phone before he ended his life on June 23rd, 2020, was for hacks to find out who was doing this to him.
And at Unite, we're working to bring families together to lean into collective action. What's something that you would want to share with families?
I would share with families that it is so critical to delay the iPhone use. Delay, delay, delay. There are no safeguards on these apps anymore. There's no way to protect your kids online from seeing things that you would be horrified to know that they were viewing. And I really believe that if kids can have real friendships and develop real hobbies, that when they do eventually move to an iPhone, it's used for communication because they realize that likes and followers are not real. Friendships are real and humanity is real.
Please summarize for us the urgency of passing the Kids Online Safety Act and then equally important changes to be made to Section 230.
The two pieces of legislation that absolutely need to move forward are the Kids Online Safety Act, and that is the version that was passed in the Senate in 2024, almost unanimously, 21-3, complete bipartisan support, and it required a duty of care when these companies were creating these product designs to keep our children safe. And the second piece of legislation that is greatly needed is Section 230 reform. And that's the 30-year-old bill that enables these companies to be immune from lawsuits. And so this way, we would catch them on the front end and catch them on the back end. If they don't make their products safe, then they need to be held legally liable for it.
So at Unite, we want to activate families' voices to push for much needed public policy changes. How do you suggest that they get involved?
I think it's important for every family to remember that it only takes 5 letters to our state houses to get our leadership's attention. And at the federal level, it's 20 letters. And so everyone needs to be involved. It isn't just survivor parents. We need concerned parents, concerned grandparents that are looking at Unite's newsletters and their calls of action. We need these congressmen to represent their constituents, their families, their children, not big tech. And when they don't follow through, we need them to be accountable.
And Kristin, now you added another remarkable endeavor to your action portfolio, the Carson J. Bride Effect. What prompted you to start the nonprofit, and what's its mission?
I decided to start the Carson J. Bride Effect to formalize my advocacy work. I've been doing this for 5 years and noticed that there was a void in the focus of nonprofits on tiny tech, the smaller apps that go viral quickly without safeguards, like the anonymous apps that were used to cyberbully Carson. And it is through research, awareness, and advocacy that I want to bring light to these apps and warn parents. And the name comes from the fact that Carson, when he grew up, he really wanted to make the world a better place. And I believe that together we are doing that.
You and I have been working on a really important documentary together over the past 3 years that talks about your story and also the larger picture of the role of tech in our lives. Tell us a little bit about the film.
So Your Attention Please is a story that covers multiple stories. One of them is Carson's story and my advocacy and fight for Kids Online Safety Act with fellow parent survivors in DC. But it also addresses other ways that people are fighting the attention economy through phone-free schools and the log-off movement. And we really hope that this film will inspire a social reset, cultural change that values humanity over tech. And as far as where you can view it, you can sign up on the website for the film. It's www.yourattentionplease.com. And you can receive updates on the screenings of the film. And keep your eyes out for updates for the release in early 2026.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Kristin.
Thank you, Sarah.